Hello, I'm Nix. I am a lead principal software engineer and I look after commercial tech. And today we're going to do Get Ready With Me for International Non-Binary People's Day, which is today. And I'm going to answer some questions as we go. And we're going to choose an outfit, which is super exciting because I did a sample sale and I did an order. I did 3 orders. I've got loads of new stuff to try out, and I'm really excited to tell you about non-binary people like me. Okay, we can put some of this stuff out. First question is, what is non-binary? It's a great question. So in Western culture, historically, we have a gender binary, male and female. What non-binary means is that instead of having just those 2 things and a whole load of expectations from society on who you should be, depending on whether you're one or the other, how you should act, how you should dress, the kind of person that you should be, the things that you aspire to. In actual fact, those 2 things are the ends of a spectrum, and so non-binary is the acknowledgement, the recognition and embracing the fact that people can be anywhere on that spectrum between the 2, and they can present how they want to present, they can do the things they want to do without being constrained by the expectations that society has placed on those gender roles. Okay, next question. How did I come to be non-binary? That's a really long story. But I guess I wasn't always, obviously. I was assigned male at birth and fulfilled my societal role as a man for 40 years. I'm 47. And I was married until from the age of, I was with my wife from the age of 17 to the age of 40, and we had 4 children who are all grown up now. So I guess I had always been a bit more fluid with my gender presentation than is typical for a boy or a man. I remember at school I did like youth theatre, and so I would quite often be dressed as a woman because it was with a lot of that was with the Cubs, and at the time it was only boys in the Cubs, so we did the women's roles as well. And I would like go into any excuse to go into school in girls' clothes, like charity events. I'm raising money for charity, so I'm going to spend the day in a girls' school uniform. Or there's like a charity cross-country run. I hate cross-country. But I want to go as a Centrinians girl. And I went to my mum and I said, there's a cross-country run and I want to go as a Centrinians girl. And my mum did not skip a beat. She was like, great, you're going to need a wig, you're going to need a dress, I'm going to make all of that for you. So she did. She made me like this pinafore dress with like the T on it, and she made me this like wig out of wool, and I ran around with like a plastic hockey stick. I loved it, and nobody batted an eyelid. I guess that's because who I was, and I was being true to myself. Maybe, I don't know. Philosophical question. Who knows? So then, when my wife and I split up, I guess my social circles changed, and it involved more queer spaces and more gender variant people, and I guess I just kind of soaked that up and thought, you know, this feels like home. Actually, this is where I belong. So I started to identify as genderqueer and used any pronouns, although I didn't really like he him pronouns, but I guess it was a stepping stone, and is for many people who, you know, go on a gender identity journey. and then I started doing drag, which is really cool, and then I decided that maybe it was time to be non-binary. Maybe that would be my label, my identity, and I would use they them pronouns, and I did. And I had a trans friend who I said they were the first person I said this to, I think, and they were like, great, do you want me to start using they them pronouns? Do you want me to like correct our friends when, you know, if they forget and get them wrong? I was like, yes, thank you. And so I was very special, and now all of my friends will correct other people if they get them wrong. And I say correct in the best possible way, right? It's just actually they them, and people go, oh, I didn't realise, sorry, or forgot, sorry, and we move on, and that's it. It's not a big thing. It's just a handy little reminder, which is really like touching when people do it. Hugely touching when people do it. It means a lot to me, more than you could imagine, I guess. Okay, I've done so much talking and not a lot of getting ready. I am currently obsessed with several things. Crop tops. It is crop top summer for me, and that's very gender affirming in lots of ways, very femme. I'm obsessed with like kind of big old like Y2K jeans, kind of like festival look, goes with my hair. And now very recently I'm obsessed with, and I say very recently, in the last few days, I'm now obsessed with like white stuff, which is these are so chic. These are very femme. I love these. These are great. I love these, but this is not the look. Today's a femme look. We'll do a femme look. Okay, half the outfit. We have shoes and accessories to go. Next question. What's it like to be non-binary with all the trans stuff going on right now? Ooh. Difficult. It is really hard, actually, because the bigots are the anti-trans, the bigots, the right wing. They are the minority, but they have the loudest voices and they wield a lot of power. And so what that results in is erasure, hysteria, people getting swept up in a mob mentality, and people who would otherwise be indifferent become hostile. And in this country, when a 16-year-old trans girl is murdered by two 15-year-olds, and the trans and non-binary community are grieving and angry, and someone said, I read somewhere, cis people, you know, people who aren't trans, people who are happy in the gender that they were assigned at birth, weren't seeing this news as a trans story. And I couldn't believe this because the whole community was on fire in the UK. And so I posted this on my story on Instagram, and it was true. My cis friends, I have many cis friends, had heard about it. They heard about a child being murdered. They had not heard it was a trans related crime. And the media, as they usually do to stir up trouble, I think it was the Times who dug out Brianna's dental records from somewhere to find her dead name, the name that she had been given at birth and had left behind as she had transitioned. And it's that kind of, at best, insensitivity and at worst bigotry just misrepresents a group of people who, for the most part, just want to exist, don't want to be killed, and form less than 1% of the population. And it was, and continues to be, scary and heartbreaking. Also, go and set your pronouns in places on your social media. In Office, you can set your pronouns in Teams now. Please do go and do that, especially if your pronouns are he, him, or she, her, because by declaring that, you are making yourself a safe space for people who don't use those pronouns. Even if you don't do it for the trans and non-binary community, think about all of the partners we work with offshore who don't have the cultural knowledge of our names and the gender associated with them. Think about people who have gender neutral names, but please put your pronouns in. We're also launching that in NATA soon as well, so our customer care advisors will be able to put their pronouns in if they choose to do so, as will our customers. So I believe so. That's amazing. That's a huge step, and that's coming very soon. To keep an eye out for that. Shoes. And last question is, where can we find more info? All right. I mean, it's an easy one, I guess. Externally, I just bought these. These are glorious. I love these. These are my absolute favourites. I've never bought anything so fast in my entire life. But I think with the femme look, it's got to be the new boots, which I haven't worn out yet. But I love them. So on your social media, go follow them. That's an account that gives queer news. Follow Pink News. Follow Gay Times. Just your news feed will be tailored to the things that you go and seek out, and chances are that's not queer news, that's not news about non-binary people or trans people, so you're going to have to go and dig a bit for it. So follow a few accounts. Some people to follow: Sex Theory with D, covers so much ground, like really informative, like infographics. They are transmasc, non-binary, living in London. Loads of good resources. Follow Alok V Menon. Alok Vade Menon is an incredible trans activist, so eloquent, so intelligent, so wonderful to listen to. They are well worth listening to for that kind of information. And as soon as you start following a few of those accounts, your feeds will reflect that a little bit. Also go and look at the stuff that we've done with the ASOSers in ASOS. So we've got loads of stuff on stream about gender identities, sexualities, labels, all of that good stuff that Emma and I did. We did 3 episodes of that. Go and talk to your favourite local non-binary person or trans person if they've invited you to do so, or if you're close to them. Anyone can come and talk to me. If you are genuinely interested in learning more, and you need to educate yourselves. I can't educate all of you, and so please do come to me with any questions you have. But if it's something that you could Google, I'll probably tell you to go and Google it, because you've got to put the work in. But my door is always open if you want to talk to me about your journey as well. All right. This is it. This is my look, which is everything I'd ever hoped and dreamed for a femme look. I have to say, I love this so much. Thank you for getting ready with me, and happy International Non-Binary People's Day.